This week we're going to be taking a look at the Shoes music video Submarine, a rock/electronic French duo. On va s'appeler les chaussures. Qui aime pas les chaussures? Attends, c'est universel. Laisse-moi expliquer. Hello everybody and welcome to YouTube Explained, and now this Wednesday we're going to be taking a look at a video that really should have more views. A friend of mine showed me this video and it really clicked with me. Usually I try to go for more high profile stuff, but this, I had to do this one. This has to be shared. Now I want this channel to be a place for analyzing weird and popular culture, but I also want it to be a place for discovery, and this is worth discovering. Seriously, this video is masterfully shot. Much respect. Now, thanks to my sexy Twitter followers and some friends of mine, I've been able to translate the Spanish that is at the beginning of the video, and it goes as follows. The man asks her about his hair. Not really sure what that has to do with anything, but then he asks her if she wants to do it, and she hesitantly says yes. This music video follows a couple, a pretty well-off couple if you ask me. I mean, take a look at their house, it's pretty sweet. Anyway, this couple is clearly dealing with some stuff, but what are they dealing with exactly? That is what's up for debate in this music video. So these are the core shots, or the core scenes in this video. There's the shots of the ocean. There's the shots of the man in the party with the faceless people around him while he stares into the abyss and gets a nosebleed. There's the woman freaking out with her arm seemingly bubbling or boiling or something. Then there's the man who reaches out to the weird brain floating thing whilst his significant other is on the roof, seemingly about to jump. These shots really are fucking gorgeous. If only I could marry them. Life would be so simple. So what does this all mean? Well, my first thoughts when I first watched the video were, well, this is about mental illness, clearly. The floaty brain thing is, well, this is his lover's mind. She's going through some stuff, she's suicidal, we see her on top of the roof, and he tries to reach out to the brain. You know, in the spell where she freaks out, he tries to comfort her, he holds her, but you know, there's nothing he can actually do to help. You know, she goes from laughing to crying within a few seconds. You know, she's bipolar, she's having mood swings. It's, you know, it looks pretty clear to me that this is mental illness. There is something wrong with her. He can't do anything about it, hence him just looking depressed the whole time and just trying to deal with it. The man reaching out to this red floating mass is symbolic of him trying to reach out and touch her mind, to get into her head, to try and heal her while she's dealing with this illness. And simultaneously while he's doing this, we see her up on the roof. Now those were my first thoughts instantly on the video when I first saw it, and then I read this. The director of the video, Karim Houdo, told Days, "I went into exploring the physical and mental state you go through when you're taking substance. It takes the story you see in this film. A couple that experience a drug. Whilst one is losing control of his mind, the other is losing control of her body." So in fact, the big red mass, that's not her mind, it's his mind. He's trying to reach out and that's part of his mind, he's losing it. But looking back at the video, it makes complete sense, especially the opening words of the video where he says to her, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And she hesitantly says yes. She does not look happy about the decision she's made. To me, it seems like he freaks out, but she's the main issue here. She's the one that's had a terrible reaction to the drug. Knowing all this, let's take another look. The faceless people dancing around the man. This is obviously a party, a common place where people will experiment with drugs and, you know, try to have a good time by altering their perception of the world. But also, look at the house. It's a fucking sexy house. This is a very nice house, you know, and that would lead me to believe that these people are pretty wealthy, they're pretty well off. Which proportion of society gets fucked up the most? Either super poor people who are looking to escape reality, or super rich people who are bored and want to get away from reality. Now, why don't these people have faces? Well, I associate this with a loss of identity. See, when you take a drug, or you drink, you know, you get high, you're a high guy, or you're a drunk guy. Instantly, nobody really respects you, nobody pays attention to your opinion anymore because your perception is altered by a substance, therefore nobody should take you seriously. For a little while anyway, you're put into a certain category. Another take on the whole faceless thing is this could be from his point of view because, you know, he's the only person with an actual face, and I think this might also mean that nobody else around him matters. He's in his own head, he's in his own world, so everyone around him, they're just blurs, they're faceless beings. That actually is a little more coherent than the first theory, but hey, take your pick. Now, we can reinterpret what's happened to the girl in this video. It's a bad trip, a bad reaction to whatever substance she's been taking, which is left ambiguous in this video. Her arm seems to bubble and defect, she's having hallucinations, she's going crazy, she's flying up into the, above the pool, but then later we see that she's wet, she was actually in the pool, but in her mind, she was somewhere else. And we see the man follow her, unable to do anything to help her. He holds her and he tries to comfort her. She's going through some shit, and he in this scene obviously isn't on drugs at all, and he's just trying to comfort her and he's there for her. He isn't having the same experience she is. Why? Well, anybody with experience with mind-altering drugs will tell you, not that I would know, the effects of any drug really vary from a person to person, and another just simple fact is that these substances can have a long-lasting effect on you. I'm no expert, but I know people who have had terrible experiences, and whether it's ecstasy or weed or fucking acid or whatever, you never know how it's going to affect you until you actually try it, and it could be bad or it could be good. It could be temporary, and I don't want to say permanent, but it could last. It could have a long-lasting effect on you. Mind-altering drugs such as these have not been proven to cause mental illness. I mean, if that were the case, then the exponential rise in the use of marijuana in the last 3 decades would be accompanied by a rise in mental illness, though we haven't seen that. It is just simply not the case. However, these substances can bring out something in you that was already there. Somebody who is vulnerable to this kind of thing will usually have it brought out of them by a traumatic event such as a car crash. This could be a car crash, a near-death experience, or it could be a bad trip on acid or weed, or it could be a drunken night. It could be many different things, but yes, technically, mind-altering substances can cause mental illness, but they're not the cause, they're just the provocator of these illnesses, not the actual root cause. But dealing with these illegal substances in most cases, how do you use them? And in what circumstances? The only information you have is from your friends and recommendations from shady drug dealers. Without proper counsel or recommendation, it's unavoidable that people are going to go out and have bad experiences with these drugs because they're very misinformed. And, that's why I believe that there should be legalization followed by education on drugs such as these, but hey, that's a whole nother topic. So this video is about mental illness. I wasn't totally wrong, but it stems from drug use. I'm no saint. I will admit I have been under the influence before. And to be honest, not all my experiences have been good. And when you're, technically poisoning your body, that is to be expected. That's gonna happen. The inability to control one's body, which is what's happening to the girl here in the video, and is often what happens when you go on a bad trip, and is often the cause of trauma. It's not fun, to say the least. That's all I'm going to say. I think I've covered everything I have to say. This is the sort of video I love. It's beautiful, it's super well polished, it's so professional and sexy, and it has a message. This is truly a great video. If you guys haven't seen it, go and check it out, and please give it some support. It deserves way more attention than it currently has. My name is Vinny, and this just got explained. Thank you so much for watching. That's it, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then go ahead and leave a like, subscribe. I make one of these every week now, and you can go over to the Patreon page to support the show, where you can get the show early, as well as some other benefits like a Skype call, and I don't know, I just post a bunch of stuff over there. And it's also a really good way to get in contact with me, because if you're a patron, then you have like a guaranteed line of communication with me, because I'll definitely get back to you because you're fucking awesome. But yeah, you don't really have to do that. You're all great. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting. The show has been really well. It's doing really well. I'm really happy, and it's sort of my dream. So thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next video or on my second channel where I do vlogs and stuff, just saying, if you're interested in that. Okay, I'm gonna stop yakking your ear off now. I'm gonna go. See you.